Hello. All right. So by the time we begin to apply to, by the time we begin to apply to universities abroad, your phone number will have to take a new turn. So that +234. +2349, yes, because you know who are going to be reaching back to you. So if they cannot reach out to you, majorly they will reach back to you using your email. But if that does not work, they could easily reach out to you on your phone number. But for the most part, your engagements will always be using your email. And I'm glad that you are active on your email. So your professional summary. Can we read it together? Compassionate and dedicated nursing graduate with clinical experience across tertiary healthcare. Are you shy? No. So let me hear it now. Read it for me. Let me hear. But you own it because you shared it. So read it for me. Patient assessments and monitoring, vital signs, measurements, clinical documentation, wound care and dressing, immunization services, infection prevention and control, therapeutic communication, patient education, safe collaboration, and time management. You only read the key skills. I said read the professional summary. But okay, that's fine. That's fine. No, it's okay. No, you don't have to be sorry. It's okay. So now, your professional summary should be, and I want that going forward, you should be able to write your CV by yourself, such that you don't say someone did it for you. But remember, oh yes, I'm not going to say someone did it for me now. Just because. Yeah, I'm glad. So remember that you are responsible for everything you share. And that is why by the time you get to the university from your 100 level, nobody will ask for your father or mother to show up in the university. Or was there any point they requested for your parents to show up? They even show up. Exactly. So the university interacts with you. So let's be mindful of that. So a professional summary is a write up, 3, 4, 5 lines, not too much, but a brief storytelling piece that connects your experiences, your technical know-how, your knowledge, your qualifications into the opportunity by saying what you are capable of doing with the opportunities. So instead of just starting compassionate, dedicated nursing graduate, it is to say something like, you are more or less like, any problem? No, I'm trying to like listen to what you're saying, so I'll jot it down. Okay, you are moving, so I'm just feeling like, okay, to know that you are very okay. So it is simply to say, instead of listing, because for the most part, you did not really tell a story with all of these. Yes, I'm just reading it now. Yeah, you're just telling, it's more or less like you're repeating the key skills. Yeah, you're repeating your key skills, and and then you finish and you write your key skills, So, but it's to say, more or less like, excuse me. Sorry, sir. Yeah, thank you. More or less to say like, I am a compassionate and dedicated, or to even leave all of those grammar. It's not about grammar, it's about trying to briefly sell yourself. So let's say you are a nursing professional with a clinical experience that have had opportunity to work in the healthcare facilities and centers, that is hoping to use the experiences or skills that have garnered to transform healthcare knowledge. So now I am speaking to the nursing career now. So by the time we begin to speak to the medical career. You say that, okay, from a nurse, you got this knowledge, you got these skills, you have observed that this and this and this are lagging. So you want to do this and this and this. These are the key things you want to focus on at the end of the day. Tailored.
Okay, so,
Pardon?
so,
Yes.
so I want to ask a question.
Okay, yes.
So, what I'm trying to say is that I should write what I do currently and what I'm going to do. Or sorry, not what I'm going to do. I should write what I'm doing currently and what I will do in the future. Or is that what it means?
Yes. You have a clear-cut career projection. And your professional summary is going to be that you are trying to tell what you want to do in this field. And as a matter of fact, remember, most of organizations do not really look at CVs. There's a system called the system that CVs are always passed to. And then the focus is always the keywords that recruiters look out for. Highlighted it somewhere. I'm coming into 1 minute. But there's a system that I think is an ATP. I'm just trying to look. I highlighted the full meaning of the name where CVs are passed. So once the keywords for your applications are found, you see that your CV gets to another folder where the rest of the persons can just look at it and then access it. So, but considering all of that, it is of essence to tell a story on your professional summary. And your professional summary is the opening of your CV. So more or less like using your CV to position yourself, then show your evidences. By the time you tell your story, where you are at, what you have done, what skills you have acquired, and where you are going to, or what you can do. Perhaps you don't even need to mention what application or what role it is, but to say that you want to help, for example, strengthen healthcare sector. You understand? So, and it aligns with the role you are applying to. So that works. So you have to keep it brief, 2 to 4 to 5 lines, and that works. You want to say something?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, if I'm applying for an internship now,
Okay.
so I have to put it in a way that shows that I'm applying. I'm an intern. I want to apply for an internship position. So as I advance in my career, I change the specific thing in my professional summary. So I don't know if you get the question.
Yes. You are a nurse now. You are not a nursing graduate.
Okay. So I know
I'm responding to your question.
Okay, sir.
Yes, you are a nurse now. So if you want to apply to an internship, you have had experiences as a nursing undergraduate. So with the experiences you have garnered some skills. So now you desire that you will be able to use these skills and experiences to help in this particular area going forward in your career. That is what your fourth line should be able to tell your recruiter. Do you understand me now?
Yes, sir.
You are a nurse. You have acquired these skills and experiences. But going forward, you want to help strengthen so and so. And that works. So that also positions you from transitioning from being a nurse to becoming a medical student. Do you understand?
No, sir.
Okay, ask the question clearly. Let me hear you again.
Right now, what I asked initially was that in the CV, should I add what I'm doing currently, like I say I'm a nurse now. Should I say, okay, I'm a nurse, I have this skill, I can do this, and this is what I'm aiming to achieve in your company. So if I summarize all of that, and the next, let me say the next line now, let me say I summarize all those in like three lines or 2 lines. The next line, will I be saying my future ambition? Because you mentioned of medical school, should I say my future ambition, or I should just write only my current portfolio?
You are writing your current portfolio and linking it to your future ambition. But you're not going to say that you want to become a medical doctor or you want to become a pilot or so. But you are saying that from the experiences you have here, you have decided to major in these areas. And by the time I look at those areas, I will be able to know that, oh, these areas are areas where medical doctors or public health professionals function. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No. If you do not understand, let's address it. It does not, no, you don't have to be, just let's, we're engaging. It does not have to be difficult, right? It is just telling a brief story about where you are, who you are, what you have. It's like the shortest version of your cover letter to express. Pardon?
Let me just say something now and let me check it out, see whether it aligns to what you are saying now.
Okay.
So let me say I started with I'm a nurse. I have skills in I'm compassionate, and let me just say I have some certain skills that might be useful to the organization. And then now how will I not chip in my future ambition into it?
Can you see your screen?
Sir?
I shared my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes. So I'm coming. Let me just attend to something. That is calling me. Just 1 minute. Okay, sorry, sir. Oh, why I'm asking these questions are because like this CV part is like one of my hardest parts. That's why I'm not really being able to like touch it. That's why I should give it to people to do it for me. So
Okay.
if I understand it now, then I'll be able to write it by myself.
Exactly. So look at my CV. What can you see? Can you see it well enough? Do I increase it?
No, I'm seeing it right now.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Yes, sir. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. I can see it there before. Okay.
So my professional summary is speaking to say that I am a public health professional with years of progressive experience supporting program implementation, monitoring, reporting, and team coordination across academic and public health settings. I also have a background in One Health, antimicrobial resistance, and health system strengthening, with demonstrated ability to manage workflows, analyze data, support stakeholder engagement, and mentor teams to deliver results. currently a lecturer at the Federal Health Training Institution with hands-on experience in supervision, performance tracking, and institutional compliance. It tells a story. There's a flow. Then a challenge.
No.
Why do you raise your head up? Is that how you assimilate?
Yeah, that's I think.
Okay. So, oh my God. There's someone calling me non-stop. 1 minute. Hello, sir. Open that. So we sound. Sorry. Ilong ma do somewhere. So, Salome, Faga, Kwango. Okay. Ilong ma do around 8 o'clock. So, I'm not a commitment. Okay, sir. Okay, sorry, sir. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm back. Sometimes it's just good to respond to calls so that they don't keep coming through to distract. Yeah, so I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm thinking. So
What are you thinking about? We really do not have time, but we have time, but we don't have time. So let's move on. You are going to understand it somehow by the time you bring all the other aspects together. The professional summary, let me rephrase to say that a professional summary is simply saying who you are, where or what you have known, what you have acquired, and where you are going to, or what you want to measure in. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Yes. So mine is simply saying that I'm a public health professional. I'm a veterinarian. I'm a veterinary doctor. I am a public health professional. I have interest in what? One health. But you will not see I'm a vet here, but you can just see a summary that cascades my profession into it, right? Then it goes on to say that I have a background in One Health. So One Health comprises of veterinary, that's animal health, human health, and the environmental health interface. Then under One Health, we have antimicrobial resistance and health system strengthening with demonstrated ability to. Then these are the few things I can or I do. Bring your head down.
I'm here, sir.
So then currently, this is what I do, because if I'm applying to a job, I am saying that this is what I do. So seeing that this is what I do, you will know that I am already doing it. So it gives me an edge to say that I can be able to do that thing that you have need for. Do you understand? So this, yes, so how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. And I'm able to give you an idea of who I am. You are going to know how to do these things over the years. Over the years, as we begin, for every role, you will tailor your resume. For every role, you will tailor your CV. And you have to adjust your professional summary where it matters. Then the next one should probably be your educational qualifications, because there's a prerequisite for getting into spaces. So if you tell us who you are, you should be able to tell us that, oh, you have this qualification, because these are the qualifications that can give you an entrance into the room. Then my educational qualifications are, you don't need to bring in your secondary school, or because at this point I'm a professional and I'm only applying into opportunities. But for example, you want to apply into your graduate school, then sometimes you have to bring to bear your secondary education, then your undergraduate, so that there's a form of idea of who this guy or where this guy is called, so that possibly if they want to do a quick search about you, they can be able to know 1 or 2 things about you, whether you did graduated or you only attended. So for me, I have a doctor of veterinary medicine from this also university, and the year I graduated is also highlighted here. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you highlight the qualification, doctor of veterinary medicine, the university where you schooled, where you got that qualification, then the year you graduated. Sometimes it is important to put from what year to what year, but it does not matter really. Because by the time you tell us that you graduated 2023 or 2026, it means that we'll begin to track your academic projection from here. So then my most recent qualification is Master of Public Health, acquired at National State University, Kefi, Nigeria. What year? 2025. So you see that it tells a story. It tells a story, your academic story. By the time I get my PhD, I will add it, and the PhD will be the topmost because people always will ask, what is your recent qualification or what is the highest qualification you have? So that is the main focus. The other ones I build up. So then work experience, it should be the next focus. What work experience do you have? What work experience do you have? So for me, I have had a couple of work experiences. If you go to my LinkedIn, you see that I volunteered with ISEC for over 3 years. I had a lot of roles, positions.
I need that place.
You know which place?
The ISEC.
Okay, you know, you've heard about ISEC.
I was planning to join, but I don't have time, so
Yeah. So this is a quick one. Let me let you know your whether we're able to get funding into universities, into med school abroad, or you go abroad fully funded by your parents. Volunteer opportunities are very important. They are going to.
I'm volunteering.
No, I know.
I'm volunteering now.
Yes, I know. But when you add that you did not have time, then that's where I thought I should chip in.
No. Within the space of 3 months after my final exams, you know how many of these I volunteered for? But I don't have time again for it now.
All right.
Because there's only one volunteer that is there now. The guy said he does put my CV long. That's why I put only one.
Okay.
I've volunteered for 3-4 positions, but I don't have time to be going there again.
All right, that's fine. Volunteering can be once a week. Volunteering can be virtual. Volunteering can be once a month. But you are giving your time to make community impact. And those things add up to your applications subsequently in life. So my work experience, this is my role. I'm a lecturer. This is where I lecture. This is the location of the institution. This is where when I started lecturing here, and until now, this is just showing that, oh, this is what this guy does. This is where he does it. This is the location of the institution. This is when he started, and until now he's still here. So my duties are not going to be past tense because this is what I do daily. This is what I do on a day-to-day basis. So you just highlight support day-to-day. So the language I'm using are basically saying that I do it. You know, lead data collection, monitor program activities, support onboarding and orientation for new students, coordinate multidisciplinary teams, contribute to quality assurance, perform other duties. By the time you are done with this one, you're supposed to write the achievements because you are there and because you are doing these things. What have you achieved, or what milestones have you recorded already? Because they tell so much about what you are doing. So you just be able to track what you are doing and track what impact your activities have brought. Please, I'm on a call. I'll call you back, please. Um, where's your okay, your CV now? Okay. So your professional experience, that's like work experience, yeah? Community service volunteer. So your community service volunteer is speaking to Nigerian Red Cross Society, participated in this, supported, assisted. So when you discover that it is a present role. Do you understand? It is a present role, but you are reporting in past tense. So these are the things you do on a daily basis. Whether you are doing it every day or you are doing it once a week or once a month, you should report as in doing terms what you are doing and not what you have done. So, but this is also this as a volunteer role can, and then beyond just writing community service volunteer. See how my role was a public health lecturer in this so place, in this location, from this time until now. So people can be able to, organizations can be able to verify to say that this guy has claims that he's working here, he's volunteering here. Is it true? So now, assuming you apply to a school in the US and they reach out to Nigerian Red Cross Society and they begin to inquire, who is this guy Matthew? It's going to be a big problem because they may never get a response. So they may just give up because you are not verifiable. But by the time you strategically highlight your role, so what role do you have? Are you available? Okay. So what role? If you're available, let me look at it. Okay. Highlight your role. What role do you carry out on your community service in Red Cross? So you need to highlight it. Yes. What role in the Red Cross Society?
See what I did.
What role?
Do they? Sir, I don't understand the question. Please, can you come again?
Okay. What position did you function or do you function in Nigerian Red Cross Society?
I'm still undergoing training to be a member. I'm not a member yet. I'm just volunteering.
Okay, so basically, you understand, I'm not really trying to, I understand what CVs are, but you should be able to tailor them along this line so that they're able to answer to these specific questions. Your CV does not have to leave lacunas. A lacuna is like a space. Your CV is supposed to be, by all means, credible enough so that someone sees it and does not need to ask questions.
Ask questions.
Yes, they see it and they understand you and they know who they want to meet. And if that works for them, they pick your CV and they schedule a call with you. And they are coming to meet you. So you come to meet them representing what you have on your CV. So your work experiences has no place for your volunteer roles. I understand that volunteering, you can be invited to just come and maybe help distribute. Yeah, you're just there, you're not. So those are volunteering opportunities. At that volunteering opportunity area, you can be able to write a community service volunteer. That is your role with Nigerian Red Cross Society from July 2. So you can volunteer while you do your own role. That is why it is good to have them in different sections. So your work experience should be that place you go for observership. Where is it?
FMC.
FMC, Federal Medical Center, Ebute Meta. So now you are observing in Ebute Meta. So instead of right saying that okay, you are a clinical volunteer, you can simply say you are a clinical intern. It's a work experience. You are interning in a hospital, or you can simply say you are an intern, because here you are not functioning as a nurse, isn't it?
Yes.
You are, even though you're a nurse, you're not functioning as a nurse. You are preparing, you're functioning, and at the same time preparing yourself to become a medical doctor, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So you align the subject matter, the role, to fit in with where you are going to. So you are a clinical or a medical intern, because yes, you are a nurse, so you can be a medical, you can do what the medical doctor does. The only difference is you do not have a license. Because
Okay, so for the clinical volunteering, I should just change it to like medical intern or intern.
yes, medical intern,
Okay.
or you can say a professional intern, or you can say a medical assistant.
Okay.
And you are a medical assistant where? Federal Medical Center from September to October. You said October 2025.
Yes, sir.
Are you not going there now?
Yes, that was last year. No, I mean, it will be.
Okay, in a different system. Okay, so also by all means, you should try to have your work experiences capture dates not less than 3, or at most not less than 6, but worst comes to worst, 3 months, so that we're saying that okay, you have a job here and then you leave after 1 month. Like, it's a question mark on your name. The guy will be like, where's this guy leaving jobs after 1 month? Because nobody wants to spend their time, resources, and energy to hire you. And because you have had a track record of leaving organizations 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they will be scared. So that should also be at the back of your mind, so that when you begin to prepare your CV, you should be able to tailor it along the lines that captures or clears those lacunas. So, as an intern, you cannot be interning for 1 month. Sometimes it's understandable. Like while I was
Why are you doing for 1 month? Because our school was in section, so I was
exactly,
like, no reason.
I understand you, because I wanted to say a story that as a veterinary student, it was a responsibility to volunteer from time to time, and my break time was not even up to 1 month sometimes. At most 1 month, 1 week, and you are resuming. So we would volunteer in maybe 3 months, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then we resume. So, but what you should do with it is to say that you will have to add up the weeks and the months all together, and then say that you volunteered for so months or weeks. Do you understand?
No, sir.
Okay, let's say first semester you volunteer, first semester break you volunteer for 1 month, 2 weeks. Second semester break you volunteer for 1 month. That's 1 month, what, 2 weeks, Abi? 200 level first semester you volunteered for 3 weeks. You add it to the bank, the week bank. 300 level semesters all put together you volunteered for, like, let's say 2 months. You add it to the bank. So by the time you graduate, at the time you graduated, how many weeks or months are added to the bank? Then you say that, okay, I volunteered for 12 months. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So, clinical nursing. Then, the crux of the matter is when you come to the duties. When you come to the duties, I highlighted some stuff. When you come to the duties, you have to, beyond just assisted, like you are just assisting, you're just supporting. You should put yourself in a position where you can be able to say that you did this stuff, and under the supervision of somebody. Like you can simply say that, oh, okay, you monitored patients' conditions and recorded vital signs across medical, surgical, and obstetric units under nursing supervision. Do you understand? Instead of saying you assisted nursing staff in monitoring patients' condition, you can say you monitored patients' condition. You did it. And then you recorded those vital signs across or where you're supposed to record them with or under so person's supervision. So you own up the roles. You're not exaggerating it. You're only saying it, owning up to it, because I mean you did it. So they know that, oh, okay, even this guy volunteering or is interning, he can be able to do this type of thing. Right? Do you need a few minutes to maybe a short break, a recess? I can just joke, speak to a few. Have you heard about Professor Adi Johnson Adi? You know, he passed yesterday. He was found dead in his apartment. Have you heard about him? Professor Adi was a professor of Cambridge at the age of 41. So, but he was molested by the media. A lot of stories came up that his sharings and autobiography has a lot of lies and it's inconsistent. And, you know, like by the time if the media means you, it gets bad for you. So he was molested to this point. He had to resign his position from Cambridge, and then subsequently he was found dead. So as you go about your medical preparation, please try to look up the news and know what is happening around the world as well. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So I also wrote something somewhere that never allow a CV to contain an unexplained inconsistency that could make a recruiter question your credibility because you are not there. So never allow your own CV to contain an unexplained inconsistency that could make a recruiter question your credibility. And that is why your CV has to be, or your resume has to be very good, astute, and perfect. Because remember, it is a professional marketing tool. Before they give you the opportunity to come and pitch for an interview, your CV should be able to give an impression. So it is good to let people help you write a CV, but it's also good that you know how to write your own CV, because I promise you, you're not exaggerating. You're not saying things that do not exist. You're only polishing the things that you have done in a way that represents you better.
Yes, sir.
Is there a TV there? Okay. Yeah, all right. So then when we speak about skills as a professional, so by the time we have your work experiences until we get to where, okay. So where did we start? Your name, your address, your professional summary, your education. I'm going to share my CV with you so that you have an idea. There are a lot of resources online. You can just Google a medical doctor CV, and then you're able to look at it and understand how it should be. So there's a sequence. They are different depending on where you are applying to. But you know that there should be a flow. There should be a story you are telling. Who is this guy? What does he do? Oh, does he have this certification or qualifications? Where has he worked? What skills does he have? Or where has he volunteered? Because it's also fundamental to your application. Where have you given your free time? That is community development. So by the time you're done with your volunteer services, we speak to what skills does he have. So for example, you cannot lump your skills into one thing. Like you cannot just say skills and then you lump in your clinical skills and your computer skills and your your developmental skills together. So you could simply highlight it that these are your clinical skills. And for where you are going to, patient assessment, vital signs monitoring, wound care, like you care because I mean as a nurse, you'd always have to clean up and stuff like that, right? Infection prevention, immunization, clinical documentation, patient education, right? Yes. Then when you are done with that one, then you can go to say that what are your digital skills? You highlight it, differentiate it, so that it is clear. So that we don't go and we begin to see patient assessment, vital skills, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Canva, then you go back to immunization. It becomes confusing. But to make it simple and straightforward, you should be able to differentiate your skills into key areas so that people, as they stumble to it, they know what they are expecting to see, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so by the time you are doing all of these things, your skills has to be tailored to the key skills of the job post or the job opening. You have, let's say you have immunization skill, but the job you're applying to has nothing to do with immunization. You don't need to bring it to bear. Do you understand? Yes. So your skills must answer and respond to the job opening. So at the end of this session, I'm going to give you an assignment. You will have to look for about 3 job openings, postings, and then you will align your CV specifically to those job openings. And those job openings should be, for you now, those job openings should be, and that's the question mark. I hope you're writing it, your assignment. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Look for job openings for medical doctors in the US and Nigeria. So look for about 2 job openings for medical doctors in the US and then 1 in Nigeria. And then craft your CV to answer or for those job applications. 3 only. 2 in US, 1 in Nigeria. Or let's say 1 in US, 1 in Nigeria, so that we don't overstretch you. 1 in the US, 1 in Nigeria. You go to Google, you search for. So you are going to, by the time you're submitting, you are sending to me a screenshot
Of the job poster.
of the job poster. And then you're going to share with me CVs responding to CVs and cover letters. CVs really, I would say a resume. The place you were before, there was no noise. Why did you come here? Do you have community family meeting? So why did you come to sit here? Okay, do you have a table here? Hmm? I didn't say you should go back. I only asked you a question. So why did you go where there's noise? Why did you go where there's noise?
No, it's not noise. My dad and my mom, they are talking.
Okay, I don't know why you went to sit in their midst, but so your
No,
own.
no, no. I'm traveled.
Okay, all right, okay. So you now understand how you should be able to tailor your skills, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I spoke about qualification and certification. If you look at your own CV, do I go to it?
Sir?
Do I go to it?
My CV?
Mm.
Yes, sir.
We're on it. You can see the screen, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So no, one not to. It's just an example we're looking at. So.
So
Yeah.
for satisfying, yes, sir. For the additional change and certificate, should I remove the New Horizon, Microsoft Word, and customer relationship management? Should I move it down to where the technical proficiencies are?
Yes. Now, your education and qualification. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Your education and qualification is your schooling. Then your additional training certifications are the certificates you got as you progress in your career. So, but instead of saying that, I say you are applying to a medical program, instead of saying that you have basic life support CPR skills, then instead of writing Microsoft and all, okay, I'm just trying to understand this right up.
I'm trying to understand.
Okay, yeah. So, but your educational qualification should be your schooling from undergraduate, master's, PhD, postdoc, and like that. Then you must write the name of the school where you got that qualification from and the year, maybe the date or year when you got it, so that as people go to verify, they can be able to be specific and they'll be able to get responses to their questions. So your additional training certificates, yes, basic life support, CPR skills. But instead of saying basic life support, you can simply say more or less like a basic life support. Like you own the skill. Do you understand? Like for example, instead of saying basic life support skills, because it is a certification, you got the certification, you were trained. So if someone has need for it, if someone maybe collapse or something, you could act. What's the problem? No, you cannot laugh and say nothing because it is something that's making you laugh.
Oh, like that, brother.
Okay. Then to stop disrupting this is the session, please.
He has gone.
All right. So you own the certification, you own the award, and then you write where, like for example, this one, where did you get it? Who awarded you the certificate? And then because it's a short course, you can simply just write the time. The time. Yeah, the time you got it. Yes. So your technical proficiencies are more or less like, okay, what you can do, what can you do, productive tools. So instead of productive tools, you can say soft skills, right? Because soft skills are like your computer skills. So you could simply
soft skills.
Yeah, soft skills because they are not tangible. You cannot feel them, but you have them. You know them. You know. So, but as I earlier on said, it is depending on the poster, depending on the requirement.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So all of these, I will say look at it by the time you on Tuesday when you are able to respond. You have 2 days. You have Monday and tomorrow Monday to respond. Do you think you can meet up?
Tomorrow Monday. Okay, so send on Tuesday. Anytime on Tuesday.
Yeah, you can send it. You can send it on Tuesday. Are we not meeting on Tuesday?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so you can send it on Tuesday. Can you meet up on Tuesday so that we'll look at it briefly?
Tuesday is a meeting day, so I'll be up.
Okay, you can meet up, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right, so respond to the US job poster for a medical doctor, and then respond to the not as a medical doctor really, as someone as a medical intern, because that's what we're going to be. That's what we're going to be largely prospecting for. You're not a medical doctor yet. You do not have the license, so you are prospecting to be accepted as a medical intern. So you have the nursing knowledge, You're going to base on that foundation because you have worked in the hospital. So you're going to base on that foundation. But you're going to say that I am applying to medical intern. So you're going to, so for the US and for the Nigerian educational system, right? Then the references. Usually, if you're applying abroad, they would ask you for recommendation letters. So you can easily just reach out to your professor to write a recommendation letter for you. You can reach out to your CMD to write a recommendation letter for you, or some doctors you have access to. But if it gets to that point, then there's no point writing references available on request. Most of us write it like so, but there's no point. Things are evolving. By the time there's a request for your recommendation letter, who will write a recommendation letter for you? Your referees. So once your referees write your recommendation letter, the system you're applying to knows your referees already. So there's no point to say that they are going to be available on request. So simply remove the referee session, okay? Or the reference session. So remember, we have said a couple of things, and I want to summarize it. A recruiter is going to look at your CV or your resume and know who you are. So by the time they begin to look, they know what job description they are looking for. They have put out there. What are the keywords? There are keywords in those things. So by the time you do not utilize those keywords, it becomes a problem. But at the end of this session, maybe on Tuesday, I should be able to highlight how you can be able to use AI to aid you writing your CV. Okay? I saw that you wrote AI and productivity tools, ChatGPT and Gemini. So we're going to, I know you understand how to use ChatGPT or Gemini, and then we will integrate our ideas on how to articulate a proper CV or resume. Now, AI tools are supposed to be an aid, right? They're supposed to help you articulate your ideas in a way that it presents properly, in a way people can see and it will make sense to them. So on Tuesday, we're going to take a brief time to see how we can articulate our ideas. But by the time you understand these nitty-gritties about CV writing, you will be able to write and then give AI. AI will tailor it to you, and then you will receive it and you make some few edits because it is tailoring based on the job poster. So I'm giving you a key now. If you know how to use AI, you can prompt it. You can just give AI, this is my CV. These are the things I have done. These are the roles. Using the key poster job description, skills, requirements, and all. Tailor my own CV, my own write-up into an acceptable persona for that role. Then you see that AI will use the job poster and then we'll bring it to your own and then integrate it and make it sound well and perfect. And then you take it, you own it, and you submit as a form of application. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So basically, we spoke about the naming. The structure is good, but this is a better structure. The naming, starting with your first name, your middle name, and then your surname. Then your address, your phone number, your email, your LinkedIn profile. Then you have a professional summary. Who are you? That is what your professional summary is responding to. Your professional summary is a 4 to 6 line paragraph that tells the recruiter who you are,